Hello and welcome back to Frostpunk. It's been a little while, I've been busy lately, but now we're back and hopefully we're going to be able to deal with not only the number of sick people we have due to the cold, but also the rising instability in our settlement here. So, zooming out, we see that we have scouts that are you close to coming back with some precious resources? If so, that's much needed, because we are very low on pretty much everything. We have about 2 days worth of coal, a good chunk of wood, to be fair, but very little steel, and steel is really starting to become important now because if we pop into the technology tree here, we can see that for drafting machines, we're going to need is 25 steel, which we just don't have the ability to produce at the moment. I don't have any actual like steel mines knocking about, so those really have to go up kind of as soon as I can. So if I quickly take a look at steelworks here. Lovely. These guys can situate themselves right here. Hopefully, I'll have adequate amount of workers to actually populate these correctly. I'm also just going to check the roads because this is going on 110. Actually, no. I can run one big not radial, but circumferential line around here. So if I quickly go into this little tab here and start building roads, I can go right around the outside there. But yes, welcome to February, everyone. We made it through the first month of 2021, so that's always nice. I suppose. Oh, scouts returned. Lovely. Oh, that's a lot of coal, a lot of steam cores actually, and a good serving of food, and more importantly, some more workers. They're actually going to be super handy. But no steel, and steel is really what we're after at the moment. That has actually given us a good bit of hope and reduced discontent, though, which is always nice. Now, as far as I recall, sending people directly to a place and then sending them radially from there is faster, so I'm thinking coal mine, not shotgun interested. Large convoy, though, that could be good. Have I been to... I've been to Winterhome Physical, right? I know the way there. That time to arrive is... I mean... You know what, I'll check. Okay, tell you what, my plan is actually to go via Freshwater Springs, route through Frozen Grove, and then... No, we'll hit the bridge to Winterhome, then we'll go to the large convoy, then we'll hit the Frozen Grove and Snowcliff. It'll take a little bit longer, but it means I can just get these concentrated into simpler journeys, so that is kind of what I'm after. Those are getting built at the moment, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, is that correct? And you're building the roads as well? Here, we'll bump up the speed a bit. Just because, you know, if time isn't of the essence. Scouts have reached the observatory. Oh, good to know. Something's amiss at the observatory. Snow covers the precious instruments, and the dome is open, letting out a thin column of smoke. Someone's inside. Ooh, we actually have survivors here. That was not expected, actually. Let's explore this place. The sun is dimming. Instead of astronomers, we are met by some of our lost people. They explained that they came here for help but found everybody dead. The astronomers continued their observations until they starved. What was so important for them? They wrote it up in their diaries. The loss of sunlight can't be explained solely by the fouling of the atmosphere by the southern volcanoes. The sun is dimming. Now that is so speaking as an astrophysicist, that's actually a really interesting implication, because that means that the material composition, like how the star's internal chemistry is working, is changing as well. And that we can actually use that to determine kind of like how old a star is, depending on where it is in that kind of process. But interesting to think that, you know, if it happened to our sun and it stopped producing the, you know, was the right amount of radiation to keep us nice and toasty, that we could very much have a snowy planet. Escort the survivors. That's a lot of engineers, actually. Yeah, I'll escort them to the city right away. That just seems right. Ooh, I do need to build houses, though. Actually, how are we for housing? In terms of excess housing? We should be well good, right? These are all tents as well. I don't think I have the upgrades for them yet, for the bunkhouses. I'm sure that's not really an enormous problem at the moment. I'm going to let these roads get built out as well. And lovely. So there's a bit of research done there, but I'm pretty sure I can't. Yeah, without any steel, I'm not able to do any more research. So these guys need to get built right quick. Should I pop additional houses on? No. Should I pop additional houses down just to kind of future-proof? I think I probably should. Okay, lovely. It is nighttime now, so people will just do a bunch more building. I don't really have a problem with that. Lovely. So the scouts returned with a heap of engineers. And I'm going to send you back out to American Camp or Gloomy Cave. American Camp showed up. You know, we'll go to the observatory first. American Camp showed up not long after we discovered Winterhome, so I can only assume that's an interesting or useful one. Okay, everything there. Oh, we've got loads of people available to work. Oh, including researchers, actually. Now, we might actually have, Ooh, how do I want to bring this in here? No, I'll just branch off that one there. That's fine. We mightn't actually have a load of steel to do research yet, but now that we have all these engineers, we're much better equipped. Okay, you made it to the observatory, right, just head to the American camp. That's a shorter time frame. And then you can head to the large convoy from where you are now. Go on. There we go. Lovely job. Okay, we have people who are going hungry, which is problematic. I don't really think they should be. I mean, like, well, the question is, what are they going hungry about, you know? Tell you what, I'll extend this road in a bit as well, actually, and we'll do the same out this side. Just to make sure they're kind of seen to. What's the issue with this? Closed this time of day, but otherwise it's not really a problem, is it? Anyway, we'll zoom on past the night. We aren't going to make it in this hole. We have to leave. Will you stop being so negative? Ah, speaking of negative. I can't sign a law just yet. A few more hours. Oh, but now we have steel, so I'm going to pause that there. I'm going to have a look at the upgrades you can get. You know what? Just keep upgrading the types of technology you can access. That has got to be key. Okay, lovely. People are going about their business. We need more hospitals, actually. Or an infirmary. Coal piles depleted. Okay. Now this is actually a problem that I need to address, and I don't think I've addressed it yet. So I'll let this research finish out, and then I will have a look at our coal collection. Steelworks, coal mining. That's what we want. Yeah. I want to get started on the coal mines, and we can sign a new law. That is important. So purpose or adaptation. Our biggest issue at the moment is treating the sick. Do we have any laws that deal with the sick? I'll check adaptation first. Radical treatment or sustain life. Sustain life is nice, but it's very, very costly. These aren't laws I'm eager to sign. Cemetery would be nice as well. Have we had any dead people? I don't know if we have. Have we had dead people? I suppose the cemetery would be a good way to track that. You know what? I should probably sign the cemetery law regardless, because I think that ties well into the whole religious aspect we're going for. Okay. Lovely. So we have established a cemetery to treat the dead, I suppose. Treat the dead. It's not like I'm not curing them with anything. Cemetery. I'll pop you out here on the fringe because you're not something that needs to be heated. Like the corpses are quite adaptable like that. I'm glad we'll treat the dead with dignity. I'm glad. I'm glad you're glad. At least after death we'll be allowed to rest properly. Yeah, that's also quite apt. Okay, this is a convoy carrying workers that got lost in a blizzard. They are weak and have no provisions. We should listen to their story and escort them to our city. We're getting a lot of survivors. They sought Winterhome. The workers who were riding in this convoy told us they were headed for the city of Winterhome. We were supposed to follow the signal from the beacon, but we couldn't pick it up, they said. We tried to follow a search pattern, ran out of fuel. That's a lot of engineers and a lot of workers. I'm escorting all of them. They are very valuable for our expanding industry. Especially as I need more engineers to do hospital-y things. Correct? Child shelter, or cookhouse, medical post. I don't know if I'm devoting the right amount of space to the medical posts, but I will throw down a few more. That's houses of prayer. Okay. I know I'm going to want an infirmary eventually, but this might just have to do for the time being. I'll just send a direct radial one out there that way. And you're going to be too cold to function. That will be problematic. Do I have heat generators, just out of curiosity? No, I don't think I've researched those, because I've been generally disinterested in heat technology. But if I were to... Tell you what, I need to focus on getting our coal supply secured. That's what really matters. Okay, the scouts have made it to the American camp. There's not a living soul. We found a dozen emaciated bodies. Surprisingly, most of them were amputees fitted with prostheses. The American camp was well supplied with everything except food. Searching the tents, we found more victims of hunger. Most of them have badly worn but sophisticated artificial limbs bearing a company symbol. Tesla Manufacturing. We can only bury them and take their equipment. Right. Interesting enough. And what about this temporary settlement here? We can see 2 rows of small wooden huts, but no smoke or other signs of life. All in all, it looks well kept, but a temporary settlement. Alright, we'll send folks there, so. And the other scouts are still a ways out. So, what issues do we need to address? We've got the sick, we need more steel, but the research is underway now. Okay, well, we'll bump this up then. Cemetery is established, hope rises. That's good, that's good. Oh look, and the tendency is, people are hopeful enough not to join the Londoners. Good, 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 that's exactly what I want to see. What I don't want to see is this number of sick people shooting up because we don't have the resources to take care of the unwell. What is this now? Writing on the wall. Captain, someone has defaced the walls with predictions of doom for our city. This is troubling. People already fear we'll share Winterholm's fate, and scared minds are swayed by even the smallest nudges. Send a cleric to reassure people, or ignore it. Let's reassure people. Slightly doesn't actually mean slightly insofar as I consider it. So to ignore it, I imagine that would, like, slash hope. Yeah, we'll send a cleric. We'll do something. We won't just sit here with our thumbs in our mouths. Okay. You are alright for the moment. I think someone here might have died. I cannot be quite certain. Okay, that's a lot of sick people. And I need the technology upgrade to heat these places enough actually to actually work. So, people regain hope. For the first time, the Londoners have failed to persuade anyone to abandon our city and flee to London. People are recovering from their shock at the news of Winterholm and starting to hope for the future. I am glad to hear that. Actually, if the day warms up there, we should see these become useful. Oh no, that's great news. That is perfect timing. Temperature requirements. Lovely. Okay, this is good. This is good though. This means that we're actually able to deal. And because we've got loads of workshops going now, we should have this coal technology research very soon. And right after that is taken care of. Oh, look at this. These people are healing so much faster now. Once we get those, we can upgrade the furnace. Okay, coal mines, they're ready to go. I can build one of them, that's fine. I want to start researching something else. Coal mining optimization would be nice. Gathering post installation, Healthcare installation. Now that feels, ooh, between that and an infirmary. And it treats people faster than the medical bay. Oh. I feel like infirmary has to be the right call. I'll go with that, but I will get back to all the other kind of quality of life ones. As for laws as well, any other purpose laws that are looking good? Shrines, increase efficiency. That's not terrible. Temple. We'll build a magnificent testament to the devotion of our people. It will kindle hope in the hearts of the faithful and sway the doubtful. I'm okay with a temple. Shrines also seem handy. Do shrines require work, though? I mean, sure, let's go shrines. I really could have gone either way. So I have to build 3 shrines in places where work is done. Alright, these mines aren't going to really exhaust themselves, so we'll be fine with that. Is that a sawmill there? Am I a muppet? No, that is steel wreckage. Yeah, I'm probably going to need to build another sawmill somewhere else at some point. I'm not saying we're running low on timber, but like I think the sawmill that we have here, yeah, there's like 103 worth of logs left in it. Temporary settlement. The settlement seems to have been abandoned. It consists of tiny wooden shacks that are now completely empty. An upright boulder stands at its center. Ooh, a neat monolith. I've got wooden steam cores. Memory of injustice. The center of the settlement is marked with an upright boulder. On its roughly planed face, someone chiseled the following: May God forgive the genius who sacrificed human lives in the name of progress, for we can't. Exiles of Tesla City. Don't touch the monument, but we decided to dismantle the huts for wood. Okay, so let's have a look at the walled colony. A sizable settlement surrounded by a low wall made of stone, ice, and snow. No movement, no smoke. I suppose we'll have to have a look at that somewhat dead settlement then, won't we? Alright, and people are recovering from sickness now. That's great. I do want to pop down some more of these, but I will let time tick on just whilst we wait. Coal mines, though. Getting one of you right here. That is a good shout. That's very close to the existing roads. Look, if that works for the time being, I'll take it. I'm not going to pretend that I wouldn't. Scouts have returned, and we have so many more new workers. Wonderful news. Yeah, more hope, and the discontent falls further. That is exactly what you want to see. Lovely, and the scouts are back. Now it's a question of... Yeah, to the freshwater springs, so it'll take a day and 8 hours, but like, otherwise, it'll take ages to get out of here otherwise. At least they're traveling path they're familiar with. Okay, steam cores. We've just used our first steam core. Steam cores are a necessary component in advanced technology. We can't manufacture steam cores in the city, so let's hope our scouts find them during their expeditions. Okie dokie. Right, so that's running as normal. Do I have unemployed people? I do indeed. I can toss some more workers into that gathering post. There's nothing to gather, though, so we'll dismantle you. I'm sorry, but you're about to be unemployed. Loads of engineers on the go. I've got one sick absences in the actual workshops. That's slowing down technological progress just a touch. Otherwise, fine. If I were to pop a gathering post here, would it be the worst thing? Tell you what I will do. I will start building resource depots? No, not quite yet. Tell you what, I'll pop another sawmill out the way here. What are you? Oh, you're just a sawmill that has an automaton working on it. It's not shock and efficient like, but I'm kind of fine with it. Okay, we are keeping our supply of wood then. We don't actually need another one. Yeah. Maybe a resource depot is the right call then. Or maybe building the infrastructure required to access these coal reserves. I think that's probably the right call. Then again, what do we have here? We have a public house that's being attended to nicely. That's good. Okay, we'll bump up the speed then because there's no other decisions we need to make at the moment. Lovely. And we've got infirmaries to build. Health infirmary. I'm thinking of Jeez, where do I want to put that thing? I hadn't thought that through, honest to God. So, we'll start researching the medical shelter stuff. Do I want to tear this down just to pop the infirmary in there? Kinda do. We're not really at a loss for timber. And people aren't working anymore at the moment, so that's fine. Freezing homes. Let's heat all homes. Let's heat some homes. I won't address this right now. Again, guys, as I've said in previous episodes, previous parts, it's just so ridiculously unfair to try and manage. So, tell you what, I'll rip those down. I think I'll rip these down as well. We're gonna throw some sick people into the cold just for like 20 minutes. And then we're gonna give them a state-of-the-art infirmary. Guys, you're gonna love it. There's a frickin' road there. That's probably why I couldn't build over it in the first place. Okay, look, it's gone. That's fine. State-of-the-art infirmary. It's not really fitting too well, but... Actually, I've made the right balls of this now, haven't I, lads? That's fine, though. I suppose we grow and learn. Okay, lovely. And it also sticks out stupid. Oh, this is a terrible idea. Oh well. At least I'm managing to keep it somewhat symmetric. I'll pop the rows in here as well, just because it'll slightly amuse me. Well, okay, I would describe that as not a resounding success. We don't have any homeless people though. That's always a good thing. Can we do any ceremonies? Yes, sermon and evening prayers. Let us just give us a huge boost to the hope there. We need to build more shrines actually as well before the thing runs out. Before the little conditional. Okay, so we have shrines there. That's fine. You know what? We're gonna pop a shrine here as well because. I mean, why not, right? And there's gonna have to be a shrine out here at some point, like... Are people already going? Oh yeah, but surely they would be. Right. Oh, time was pausing when I wasn't building. That's fine. When I have a temple, it'll probably go out somewhere here. Tell you what though, I've got the wood. I'll probably just make a big old path out this way. Yes, that's how that's meant to work. Oh, we've got some events in the town. I will address those once I've popped down these coal mines. And once I've hooked them up appropriately... There we go. So they're connected to the roads at the very least. Another act of vandalism. Ah, cleric, wouldn't you just take care of it yourself now? Lovely. Running low on steam cores, actually. That is a problem that I hadn't really anticipated. Okay, engineers, please, for the love of God, just, like, start dealing with the sick. I'm sorry, did I assign the sick engineers? I don't think I did. Why are the sick engineers the ones who are... You can have nothing good. You know, I won't assign the engineers out there because they will get cold and they will die. Captain, a priest was assaulted while trying to reassure people disturbed by the Londoners' slogans. We should do something to protect our people. We need the Faith Keepers to secure the streets. We need the Faith Keepers to strike back. We will pray for him and his assailants. This feels like the best one, actually. And... Okay, the hope did go up. I thought the hope was falling for a second there. I was like, what? That didn't feel quite right. Okay, and there are survivors here at the exile colony. Numerous snow shelters expertly built from blocks of hard-packed snow huddle around cold, burned-out campfires. A deathly silence hangs over the colony. Some of the exiles are still alive, just barely. We could try to bring them to our city, although they might die on the way. One of the dying held a diary to his chest. He read the last entry. Exiled from Tesla City. With food and fuel running out, we sent the strongest among us to search for help. They're our last hope. We're afraid this refers to these poor Yankees we buried. Ooh. A lot of workers, a lot of engineers, and some kids, too. We could rob the dying exiles. That doesn't feel terribly moral. I will always take extra hands, I think. We pulled the dying exiles from their snow houses and prepped them for the journey home. Some of them stirred from their death-like slumber to bless their absent friends for bringing help. We couldn't tell them the truth. Not yet. Ooh, that's kind of sad. I might have been like, oh, no, that actually wasn't them. We just happened to cross you. So, lucky you. Alright, was I going to build a shrine out here? Had I not already built a shrine out here? Where am I building shrines? I'm going to be building a shrine out here. Right. Lovely. The faith will drive you on. We're going to have plenty of coal. It'll be grand. Not even going to feel the cold anymore. And we can pass new law. Purpose. Field kitchens. Each field kitchen will provide people working nearby with hot meals to keep them warm. Raise the temperature of nearby workplaces one level. That's actually pretty good. That is pretty good indeed. And House of Healing. The faithful working in the House of Healing will not only heal the sick, but also pray for them, giving them hope. Ooh, it treats the gravely ill and gives all patients a small hope bonus. And it slows people slower than the infirmary, but I can't imagine it requires a steam core. Tell you what, I'll take the House of Healing.
Hear me. New law in the city. Time. Get moving.
Lovely, lovely, lovely. Okay, to build a House of Healing, that's fine. Wow, and it just doesn't require the same kind of amenities that the other one does. That's fine. It's a big boy though. Really, not what I would call easy on the resources, but hey, we can pop 2 out here and then set another 2 medical posts up on the inside maybe. Can you not go there? What? Tell you what, I'll ring a road around the middle. We've got all the wood in the world. Healthcare insulation, lovely. That is going to keep people happy and healthy. Can they literally just not fit in there? I am making an absolute hames of this. Some of the worst medical sector I've ever designed. Anyway, we'll have a look at this. Breath of Hope. So the people have started to leave personal charms, beads, and written prayers at shrines to votive offerings. As votive offerings. It seems it helps to keep their spirits up in these trying times. I am glad to hear that. I'm quite satisfied with how the religious path is going so far. This feels good. How are we doing for food, actually? We've got so many new people, we desperately need food technology. So, hunting tactics. Hunters' huts will employ fewer people, or flying hunters. Ooh. Hunting tactics feels like the right call for the time being. Because that means we can spread the workforce a little bit wider. Yeah, because we only have... Jesus, we only have 2 hunters' huts. Okay, we're probably going to need a few more of those. I don't exactly know what it is we're hunting, but I'm glad there's enough of them. Actually, you know what I'll do? I will not build those just yet. Because I want to get these roads out nice and straight. And they'll only conform if you actually have the roads pre-made, if you get me. So there we go. Lovely. That's all filling the required space now. What's this? The child shelters. How are we for child shelters? Are there a lot of children roaming about? No, I imagine they're all being taken care of. Ah, they're also helping medical facilities. I forgot about that. Do we even really need the child shelters then? Oh, doesn't hurt to have them. Okay. The absolute enormous surplus of timber I was previously going on about, we don't seem to have that anymore. So I might set up some other kind of sawmill. As handy as you are, fella, you're not doing much for me. Tell you what, I will populate this place with normal people, and I could set you to work on this one here. This one coal mine, not this way here. Because having it work on a coal mine feels a touch less redundant, I suppose. Time to rest. Congratulations. House of Healing. Ah, lovely, and I can just assign whoever I want there. Medical post. You know what, if I've got the people, like, I might as well just pop some workers in here. Oh, that's right, and it doesn't count as built until we've actually, you know, thrown some lads in there. Yeah, I might as well just pop these workers in here for the time being. Actually, yeah, these should be run mostly by engineers, because we need these guys to go and grab some food, so... Tell you what, I'll take these guys out of here just for the time being. Once that technology finishes as well, we should be grand. We have freshwater springs. Several pools kept from freezing by a hot spring deep underground. Patches of hardy lichen cling to bare rocks at their edges. Ah, right, we were already here. I was like, I'm having a weird sense of deja vu. So we can either go to the Snow Cliff or the Frozen Grove. Frozen Grove seems like it's, I don't know, potentially going to have some useful resources or something else. Okay, we're going to speed up through the night then. Because, wow, we are treating 40 people at the moment. Like, sure, they're getting sick because they're cold or whatever, but our throughput, medically speaking, is ridiculous. That's really good. I hate how it's built. Like, it's really non-satisfying. I mean, at least it's symmetric. If it wasn't symmetric, I don't know what I'd be doing with myself. But thankfully, you know, we're actually getting people treated in a timely fashion, so hopefully people are being treated fast and they're getting sick. Ah, there's a lot of new people. Oh, lovely. That'll actually do quite well for all the food requirements we have. We have 45 homeless people. Oh my goodness. That is too many. You know what we can do? We can build a much greater number of houses. Technology tree. Cookhouse insulation. That'd be lovely, but... Ooh. House and then house redesign. See, I kind of want to get both of those simultaneously. So I'm really going to push ahead and try and get those elements of the technology upgraded. In the meantime, what I have to do is I need to make sure that these people are being housed even slightly adequately. Oh, I forgot we have bunkhouses now. Whoops. Okay, tell you what, I'll extend these roads out a little bit just to add some structure. Make life worth living, I suppose, for these poor folk. I was afraid this was going to happen. But I suppose not much to be done about it, is there? If tell you what, if I build these like close to the church, then that just means they're more so in this relevant sphere of influence, and honestly that kind of matters to me most. So it's the proximity to the church. Ooh, we're gonna have like a little divide in the town now. I wonder if that'll lead to any like stupid conflicts. Knowing people, it probably will. Good old people, am I right? Okay, loads of people. That's what, 60 houses? That'll address the issue anyway, I hope. Can I toss anything in here just for good measure? Fighting arena. People already kind of have access to the fighting arena. Oh, and this actually builds onto a road itself, so I should probably just get rid of that actually. Because otherwise I won't be able to fill in that space and I will absolutely forget why not. I mean, look, it's like the cat principle, right? If it fits, it sits. Or should there be some other kind of building here? House of Healing. House of Healing wouldn't be the worst idea. Temple, shrine, church. I, honest to God, do not know. So, oh my goodness, look at that. 50 people in the houses. So good. Automatons waiting for workers. Ah, you're probably refueling, aren't you? Okay, and we're doing really well for coal now, actually, so we've pretty much taken care of that. Sir, a dying old man has written a letter to you from the House of Healing. I will die a good death in due time, not in pain from illness or cold. I will die in peace, knowing that our city is in good hands. You understand that, more than food and shelter, people need something to nourish their souls. For this, I thank you. Aww. That was really sweet. Oh, he's dead. That's not great. I'm sorry that you died, but I'm glad you were alright. We've only had 2 losses so far. I think that guy was old, so, like, I'm not saying he had it coming, but it explains why. You know, he died of very much of natural causes. I'm not blaming the guy for being dead. Tell you what, we'll go via the observatory and then to the gloomy cave, because that sounds like a load of fun. And you're almost to the place you need to be, so that's fine. Okay. And we're looking at a cold snap now in the coming few days. But we're getting everything treated. Mechanical calculators. Lovely. As great as that is, what I need you to do is just come up with a difference engine. Just do it. Just do that for me. Thank you. Because then once we have that, we're just going to do waves of upgrades. We're going to everyone in houses, and nobody will want for anything. Okay. Oh, some trees in this grove bear deep cuts in the shape of a cross. We found some bones scattered around them. Poking around the trees marked with crosses, we found shallow graves under each of them. The dead bodies lack most of the bigger muscles, and some bones bear signs of a cutting tool. The corpses have been obviously stripped of edible parts. Now I know what kept the survivors by the freshwater springs from starving. Leave the graves intact, we can cut the trees for wood. Yeah, I kind of guessed that they didn't necessarily have the most chipper of experiences. Okay, and that's that done for the night, or the work suspended. So tell you what, they'll get building these. Are there any resources we're in dire need of? We're not really producing enough of. 100 a day. We're producing 500 rations a day. Is that enough? Tell you what, we'll see after tonight, I suppose, because there are people that are hungry at the moment. Purpose. Faith keepers would be nice. But a temple or field kitchens. Field kitchens sound really good. They raise the temperature of nearby workplaces. That's going to prevent people from getting sick during the day. I wonder if these medical places also count as, like, workplaces. I imagine they would. So if I could, like, swap this one out for a field kitchen, that would... Tell you what, I'm going to try it. If I can strip that out and replace it with a field kitchen, for that to raise the temperature of one place, that would be just even one level. That would be really good. Oh, it's slightly off-centered, and that's actually maddening. I suppose we can't all have nice things. Okay. Well, look, okay, it's getting cold again, but we are in a much better position than when we started today. Pop you off to the gloomy cave, that's fine. If this field kitchen, like, does what I'm hoping it'll do, that'll be sublime. Yes, I know we've brought down our capacity, but actually we don't need it as much. You know, everybody's getting treated. And these are slower than infirmaries, but does it bring up the temperature? Maybe if it has people in it. You need workers. Okay, and it consumes food as well. Okay, but is this place warmed up? Is it? I don't think it is. Crap. Is this not what was meant by workplaces? Places in range. Building workshop. Okay, so the medical buildings don't count. That is unfortunate. Okay, we're stripping that down and replacing it with a medical building again. Oh, please tell me at least the medical building will like, you know, not be... Oh, thank God it's symmetric. You know what, just for that alone, that is a worthy cause for re-implementing it. And we've got waiting here. A hole in the snow cliff leads to a small chamber. Someone lives here, but the lonely human figure we saw from afar has disappeared. It might be the sole survivor of Winterhome. Interesting. The refugee from Winterhome. The man we found from afar was nowhere to be, or the man we've seen from afar was nowhere to be found. Searching his burrow, we found a diary of a scientist who fled Winterhome. After the starving city fell into chaos, its leader, an army captain, appointed himself an absolute ruler. He tried to impose order using force. Plenty of people disgruntled deserted the city, and most of the others rebelled against him. Okay, well, thanks you for your resources, old man, but we're gonna chase you down to this shrouded cave. We can see a faint wisp of smoke coming from a patch of deep shadow at the base of a small hill. It's been entered to a cave. Well, I'm counting on it. Right. But with that unit there sent off, and things looking up, we have plenty of coal. We're looking good on all of our resource fronts, and we've got that final bit of technology taken care of there. With all that said and done, I think this is as good a place to leave it as any. Yeah. A lot of progress, a lot of improvement is made, and the city's growing quite a bit. We've got a lot of survivors in today as well, so that's really good. But yeah, I am going to pause there. We're going to leave it there, and I will pick it up again at my earliest convenience. So guys, thank you very much for joining me. I hope you enjoyed this, and stick around, because I promise you I will keep going through this. Alright, thank you very much guys, take care, and bye-bye.